When you first come into training camp, you expect to win the Super Bowl.
Confidence with direction and taking this team to the Super Bowl.
No distractions, focus on winning the Super Bowl.
Until you say we can't, we're going to do.
We love every minute of this, and we appreciate every minute of this, but it's not done. It's not done.
The goal was set at training camp. Now Super Bowl 54 in Miami is upon us. The Chiefs playing for the Lombardi Trophy for the first time in 50 years.
But a San Francisco 49ers team priding itself on playing defense and led by quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo stand in the way. The Chiefs come into Sunday's game with the most explosive offense in NFL history, and we've seen it on display in the playoffs, scoring 41 straight against the Texans in the divisional round, and of course Patrick Mahomes taking over against the Titans in the AFC title game. The Chiefs expect to win the Super Bowl 54, but it all starts with Patrick Mahomes.
It's about kind of weathering the storm, not trying to do anything crazy, just do what I've been doing, get the ball out of my hands. And the good thing about this offense is we have a good offensive line, and then I have a lot of receivers that I can just get it to them in space. They can score touchdowns.
And the last time Andy Reid coached in a Super Bowl went up against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady back in the 2004 season. Now there's a chance Reid and Mahomes can be the next dominant combo.
Forward to my time with Patrick, and hopefully that happens with us. But right now we're a work in progress.
Who do you want to win the Super Bowl, Jay?
The Chiefs heading to the Super Bowl seems to be bringing the town together, except in one home, the championship game that's leaving a house divided.
Here's Mahomes throwing from the dirt, up top and open for the touchdown. First play of the quarter to Marcus Robbins. Butker.
The last time the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl, January 11, 1970, 50 years ago, defeating the Minnesota Vikings.
And for a lot of fans, they've never seen a Super Bowl. This is a lifelong Chiefs fan remembering it all. Super Bowl IV was 50 years ago, and also the last world title for the Chiefs. And one fan, Janelle Embry, remembers that Super Bowl well.
Our living room was alive. I mean, the hooping and hollering and cheering, and when it was finally over, my dad picked me up and swung me around. And it was just an exciting time.
As a young girl, Embry says along with it being game day for the Chiefs on Sundays, it was also game day at her house.
Every Sunday we watched football, no matter what. And if you weren't a Chiefs fan, you weren't welcome in the house on Sunday. That was one thing that my dad didn't allow. You were loyal to the Chiefs or you weren't.
For many sports fans, when their season is done, it's on to the next sport. But that's not what Embry does when football season is over.
You just don't follow them during the football season. You follow what's going on all year long with them. You watch who gets traded. You watch, what their upcoming schedule is going to be. You watch the draft. You just watch everything.
It was 3 years ago that the Chiefs drafted quarterback Patrick Mahomes. And at the time, Alex Smith was the signal caller. And even though the Chiefs ended up making the right decision with moving on from Smith, there was still some doubt on what Mahomes could do.
I thought, this young kid, I don't know. And then we saw him play. And that was all it took. I mean, it was like, yeah, we've got it.
With her Chiefs roots dating back to her childhood years, a win on Sunday would bring everything back full circle. And her fandom for the Chiefs isn't going anywhere.
I'd be more thrilled just to be able to look up to heaven and say, Dad, we did it again. I love my Chiefs. I mean, love them to death. I don't think there's anything they could do to make me not be a Chiefs fan.
Janelle says she's hopeful for a Super Bowl win and that she'll be watching the game with her family.
What else was happening during the season the Chiefs won the Super Bowl? Well, I'll tell you, one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin become the first men on the moon in July 1969. The Beatles released Abbey Road, their final album recorded together. And in December, 2 draft lotteries were carried out to send men to the Vietnam War. Then in 1970, Houston, we have a problem. Apollo 13 aborts their mission of landing on the moon, and President Richard Nixon expands the war in Vietnam by invading Cambodia. But back to 2020, where if you don't know who you're rooting for yet, then you better hurry up. But one St. Joseph family knows who they're cheering for Sunday, and they're not all on the same page. Around here, you'll probably find a Chiefs flag in someone's front yard. That's typical. But a 49ers flag too?
The Niners win the Super Bowl!
A house divided, the Jewell family holds allegiances to both the Chiefs and the 49ers. Steve Jewell's Niners fandom started when he was 4 when his dad brought home 2 posters for him and his brother.
My brother took John Elway, and so that left Joe Montana for me, and it just felt like, you know, as a 4-year-old, it would be a betrayal if I ever cheered for anybody else. So since then, I have not.
While Bethany's love for the Chiefs really came to be after a trip to Arrowhead.
My dad took me to my first Chiefs game when I was like 9 years old, and I've been a fan ever since.
So this all makes Sunday's game a little awkward in the household.
We did not anticipate this happening. For the sake of our marriage, we were hoping that the Niners and Chiefs would go on different years.
To divide the house even more, the oldest Jackson sides with Dad.
He was going to be a Niners fan, and we're going to do, well, that is true. He did start out a Giants fan.
The 2 girls, JC and Jayla, though, Mom thinks they can be Chiefs fans.
I think the girls go back and forth too between Niners and Chiefs, but
Oh, we can ask them. JC, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Niners. Who do you want to win the Super Bowl, Jay?
Chiefs and Niners.
Chiefs and Niners. Already betrayal. Oh, through the heart.
But what brings this house of football fans together even more? The youngest Jetson. Born in September 2018, requiring brain surgery when he was just 4 days old. And while he was in the hospital at Children's Mercy, the Ronald McDonald House helped out the family with lodging and food, and also brought some Chiefs players to visit.
He got to meet them. Famously wasn't impressed by the Chiefs, though they took it really, really well.
And when the 49ers came to town during the 2018 season, the Niners stepped in and Jackson met DeForest Buckner.
Both sides have supported us, and so we feel like it's just our job to support them.
we just gained a deeper appreciation for them, seeing their support of the Ronald McDonald House and just being a part of that organization.
Jetson sides with Mom, for now, and that's okay win or lose. It's been an incredible run for a house divided by fandom, but brought closer together by the same game.
Over a year after he was born, and we were living in Kansas City in the hospital, we never thought that a year later that our 2 favorite teams would be meeting in the Super Bowl.
Steve says the Jewels will have 2 separate Super Bowl parties taking place Sunday. The Niners have their own, and the Chiefs fans, well, Bethany will have her own watch party too. Still ahead on Road to Miami, 2 Missouri greats going into the Hall of Fame. One a Kansas City Chief, the other a San Francisco 49er.
A lot of NFL players go their entire careers never getting an opportunity to play in the Super Bowl.
And former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson, he's one of them. He never made it to a Super Bowl, but he's now in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, and so is a former member of the San Francisco 49ers. 2 NFL greats went into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame this year. One a Kansas City Chief, and the other actually a San Francisco 49er. Between former Chief Derek Johnson and Niners Justin Smith, a friendly wager already laid down ahead of Sunday.
We had a few bets, some push-ups here and there.
He's going to have to do them because I don't see. I mean, the Niners are for real, man.
Both guys feeling confident in their respective teams. Smith knows what it feels like to play in the Super Bowl, appearing in Super Bowl 47 with the Niners against Baltimore. While Johnson never made it to a Super Bowl in his career, but he's happy for this Chiefs team.
Feeling really confident. Of course, I don't have to play, but having Pat Mahomes, that kind of, you can stick your chest out a little bit more.
He's also happy for his former head coach. Johnson only played 5 years of his career for Andy Reid, but he's not short on praise for the future Hall of Fame coach.
The best head coach I've had in my 14 years that I've been playing in NFL. Andy Reid's a guy that's always harped on the little things. He's always believed that if you can if you can do little things right, you can accomplish something big.
On one side Sunday, the 49ers trying to win their 6th Super Bowl championship.
I don't see anybody beating them, so we'll see how it goes.
While the Chiefs trying to snap a 50-year championship drought, and Johnson exudes confidence in his former team.
He's got a good team going to the championship, and so do we do.
Smith actually grew up outside of Jefferson City and more of a Rams fan growing up than a Chiefs fan. But he says either way on Sunday, he wins because he still roots for his home state's team.
St. Joe has one of their very own in the Super Bowl, but you'll have to look on the other team to find him. Niners linebacker Elijah Lee was born in St. Joseph and spent most of his years here. He's going from volunteering as a security guard at Chiefs training camp to playing against them in the Super Bowl. He went to Central before transferring to Blue Springs his junior year and went on to play at K-State, where he is teammates with Chiefs wide receiver Byron Pringle. So look for number 47 and find a little piece of St. Joseph in the Super Bowl.
Lee isn't the only Missouri native on the 49ers. The offensive assistant coach is too. Katie Sowers is also the first female and openly gay coach to head to the Super Bowl. The 33-year-old is just the second woman to hold a full-time coaching position in the NFL. Sowers graduated from the University of Central Missouri and is from Kansas City. She joined the 49ers as an intern in the 2017 season before being promoted to her current role last year.
Chiefs training camp has been on the campus of Missouri Western for 10 years, and on the 10th year anniversary, the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs NFL season starts with training camp over at Missouri Western. And Missouri Western Athletic Director Josh Looney is happy to see the Chiefs make this Super Bowl run.
To go through training camp and have it go seamless with the crowds we had this year, yeah, we're proud. We have our heads held up a little bit extra higher watching them and thinking we had just a little bit to do with their success this year.
The Chiefs and Missouri Western have had a good relationship over the years, so much so that Western alumni are currently working for the Chiefs.
To show up first day of training camp and you're with your fellow teammates, and I think that speaks volumes to the success that they've had in their lives leading up to this moment, and it all started here at Missouri Western.
Looney has a personal bond with the Chiefs himself. Before he became Western's athletic director, he was part of their media team for 5 years.
Behind the scenes with the Chiefs, you're working with people that it doesn't matter if the team is 2-14 or if they're under the Super Bowl. The work is the same and the demands are the same, and I think that's where the real appreciation and collaboration has come between the people on our campus and our community that work with the Chiefs and the Chiefs employees that work with us.
The Chiefs are known for having a family culture, but so is Missouri Western. And Carbon says he's grateful for what the university did for him.
If it wasn't for Missouri Western giving me the opportunity to walk on to this great program, I wouldn't have met my wife here, wouldn't have met these guys, I wouldn't have got the opportunity to play football at a successful program, and I wouldn't be wearing red and gold now if it wasn't for Missouri Western.
And Missouri Western Athletic Director Josh Looney said that a Super Bowl win for the Chiefs is a Super Bowl win for the Griffins. Super Bowl, more like Snack Bowl.
Hy-Vee joins us to make sure your Super Bowl party snacks score big with your friends.
Rivers steps up to the end zone. Oh no! Intercepted by Sorensen. Interception thrown by Rivers.
Well, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and the last thing that you're going to want to do is be stuck in the kitchen. You want to be watching the big game, and Dylan from Hy-Vee is here to tell us what to do. And Dylan, you've got healthy foods, and we have something that smells wonderful right here.
Yeah, Mike, those are our fresh boneless wings made in our Hickory house at the store.
Yes.
Actually, we're going to be doing a fresh wing toss on Saturday and Sunday right before the big game, on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then on Sunday from 10 a.m. all the way up to 4 p.m. right before that big game.
So you talk about a fresh wing toss. What does that mean?
So what we're going to do, we're actually going to do a demonstration here.
Okay.
So we actually have our pans here. We got 3 different sauces to choose from. We got our delicious barbecue, our spicy buffalo wing sauce, and then our honey Dijon, just something a little bit different here. So we're actually just going to throw these straight into the pan.
Okay.
Right here, right in front of you at the store. And we're going to throw that sauce right on top of it.
Look at that. Nice hot sauce there going.
Yep, and then we're just going to toss it right in front of you.
So I need to stand back a little bit, don't I?
Might get a little messy here. But, yeah, right in front of you, nice, hot, and fresh, and really, really delicious, guys. The sauce is really, really good. All the sauces are really, really good. So.
Okay, and so you pour that on off, and then we're going to move on to the spicy one.
Yep, right on over to the buffalo sauce. Okay. So this is actually a mixture of Frank's buffalo sauce with some butter. And a couple little extra things in there. Don't want to give away too much, right?
Right. No, that's the secret. So you have that there, and so when somebody wants to come in and let's say this is what they want to do,
right?
So then you'll do it for them fresh, and then they can just take it with them.
They come in and they order by the pound, and then they just get it, take it fresh, and then it's ready to go.
All right. Again, that's going to be Saturday and Sunday right before the game.
Right.
And we have one more that we're going to do too.
Yep, and that's our honey Dijon. A little bit of a different flavor here. This one's actually my favorite. It's really, really good.
Okay. And with this too, you can take this to the Super Bowl parties, or if you just want to be on your own too to watch it and watch the Chiefs, you can sit there and do that as well. So the 3 different kinds.
Yep. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nope. You've got the honey Dijon going right now. And so you sell them by the pound, is that right?
Correct. We sell them by the pound at $6.99 a pound, and that's for our boneless wings right there.
Okay. And then again, if somebody wants to go a little bit healthy, they can go with the...
Yeah, we have our veggie trays here, as well as something a little bit different all the way over there on the end. That's our sushi tray down there.
Yeah, look at that.
Got a lot of different options to choose from that you can put in there.
Okay, and so Dylan, again, let's tell everybody about this fresh wing toss, when it's going to be. And it's going to be over here at Hy-Vee.
Correct, yep. It's going to be right in front of our Hickory House on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., then on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right, and you can try all these wonderful sauces. Take it easy and let you guys do all the work while you enjoy watching the Super Bowl. Thank you, Dylan.
No problem, Mike.
They will run it to Johnson and lunges forward. We got to be careful with that football. He did not get in. Byron Mann.
That's a great option. Ever since Patrick Mahomes came to Kansas City, he's made sure to give back to the community.
That includes starting his organization 15 and the Mahomies, but he also touched the lives of a St. Joseph family. Whitney Wells was a 10-year-old girl who passed away last month after a fight with a rare brain tumor. Mahomes met Whitney during training camp in August, and ever since, he has worn a bracelet in her honor. Mahomes talked about Wells' family, and he says that even though Whitney has passed, he still wants to support the family.
The way she fought every single day and still had a positive mindset, and being able to see her and her support for us and the Chiefs, I knew that it's a blessing to be where I'm at, and I wanted to show her support in every single day just like she showed support to us.
Mahomes continues to wear the wristband in honor of Whitney, and we'll see if it makes an appearance during the Super Bowl Sunday night.
If you've ever seen the process of becoming a Chiefs cheerleader, it's not easy, but it didn't discourage one St. Joseph girl from chasing her dreams. KQ2's Chris Roush brings us the story from a former Central Indian, combining her love for dancing with her favorite team.
My dreams came true, and here I am today, my 3rd season.
Allie is a Central High School graduate, growing up loving dancing, but never thought her love could turn into an opportunity to be a Kansas City Chiefs cheerleader.
When I first decided to try out for the team, I was with my mom and my sister, and I didn't think that I would see myself it was actually on an Instagram story when it popped up, and I did not think that that would ever happen.
But it did. She spent the last 3 seasons with the Chiefs, with no greater moment than seeing the team win the AFC Championship. And now she's in Miami for the Super Bowl.
I just want to do my best to represent this organization.
Being a Chiefs cheerleader isn't simple and just a once-a-week thing on game days. It takes hours of practice while also taking part in several community events throughout the week.
You have to have a love for the football team, which obviously we all have that, but also we have a passion for dancing.
The Chiefs want their cheerleaders to be of high character, which Allie says can be attributed back to being raised in St. Joe.
The support from St. Joe has just meant so much to me. I know that tons of people from there have shaped me into who I am today, and so I will definitely be bringing a piece of St. Joe to Miami with me to cheer on the Chiefs.
She's living her dream, being able to dance while cheering on her favorite team. So Allie wants to be a role model to young people chasing their own dreams.
I would give young girls the advice to dream and dream big because there's nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Allie says she's enjoying being part of the team and that hopefully she'll return for a 4th season next year. And still to come on the road to Miami.
The money has been raised, the plane ticket is booked.
We can't wait to send you to the Super Bowl.
The surprise of a lifetime this Savannah teen received during a school assembly.